Math 100, lab number 13. We're talking about linear regression using the TI calculator. We're using a TI-84 Plus for this, and if you're using a TI-83, the instructions are very similar to this, and I'll try to show you what you need to do for that. So here's our example that we're going to take. We're going to use a table below contains average tuition fees for public colleges and universities in the United States for selected years. Let the year 1985 correspond to x equals 5, and then for convenience to determine the linear regression equation, then use your regression model to estimate the average tuition fee and fees in 1997. So if 1985 is 5, then 1990 would be 10, 15, 19, and 24 would be our x values. These are going to be our y values. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this with the graphing calculator. So on the graphing calculator, in order to do a linear regression, you're going to need to use the stat portion of your calculator. So what we need to do is hit stat, and then I would ask that everyone run the setup editor. So option 5, and then hit enter. What that's going to do is set everyone's list to the same, and all the lists should be there. So then we're going to press stat again, and then now we're going to edit some lists. Okay, so you should have list 1, list 2, list 3, and so on there. I've got some information in my list already that is not the correct information, so I want to delete those. In order to clear out an entire list, you press the up arrow until L1 is highlighted, hit clear, and enter. And it clears out that entire list. I'm going to do the same thing for list 2, here, and enter. So in list 1, I'm going to put the x values that I have for my problem. I have 5, 10, 15, 19, 24. And then in list 2, I'm going to put the y values, or the tuition and the fees. So 1242, 1809, 2860, 3356, 5132. Okay. I'm going to press second mode to get out of that. Now I want to do a linear regression model with that particular set of data. So I'm going to press the stat button, but I'm going to press the right arrow key to go over to the calc menu, and I want to do a linear regression, which is option 4. If you'll notice, it's got the ax plus b. That's the slope and the y-intercept. That's what we want. We want an equation of a line. It's going to give it to us in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to press option 4. And if you're using the newest 84 language, list 1 should be X list, list 2 should be Y list. If they're not, you can hit second and then the number 1 to get list 1, second and the number 2 to get list 2. You don't need to do anything else other than go down and press calculate. Okay. If you're using the TI-83, all you need to do is press enter. After you've hit stat and then the linear regression over to calc and selected the linear regression model is what you want to do. Stat, calc, option 4, linear regression. If you're using the 83, if you hit that, it's going to default to using list 1 and list 2 as the X and Y, which is what you want to happen anyway. All right, so I'm going to press calculate, and it should crank out the slope and the y-intercept for this particular problem. And it does. It gives us the slope. It's 198.4927667. So we're going to round that to 4 decimal places. So our equation for regression here is y equals 198.4928. X minus 18.19. If we round that to 4 places, it'd be 44. Okay, that's our equation. They want us to use that regression model to estimate the average tuition and fees in 1997. We remember on our X values, we changed those, by changing 85 to 5 and so on. So that would mean 1997 would be at 17. So what we want to do is work out this with a 17 in the place of X. So we need to just work that out. So I'm going to use the calculator to help me do that. 198.4928 times 17. Oops, not plus, but minus 18.1944. And the average tuition and fees in 1997 should be $3,356. Our data rounded to the nearest dollar, so that's what we're going to do. $3,356, which is, should be close, to what it was in 1999. It looks like, according to our model, that it did not increase much from 1997 to 1999.